Welcome to VCC Connection. My name's Raye, and I'm glad you're with me today. Have you seen the movie Boys in the Boat? It's about a group of men who went to the Olympics in 1936 in rowing from the state of Washington, and they took gold. That's what the movie's about. There's also a book. Both of them are excellent. I recommend them both to you. Anyway, rowing. Bob and I have watched an 8-man rowing scull go down the Tennessee River when we were in Knoxville. It was the most beautiful thing to watch. 8 men pulling in unison, pulling as one, breathing as one. It was absolutely glorious to watch. All with the same goal, all with the same purpose, pulling. Except for one man. And that one man is much smaller than the others. The 8 are tall, muscular. And then comes this 9th person, who's much shorter, more compact, and he's called the coxswain. And he's the one that yells at him, tells him what to do. Let me read you a quote from a book I just read called Lessons in Chemistry. And one of the main characters is a rower in an 8-man crew. And listen to what the author writes. 8 men rowing as one. The coxswain telling them what to do, such as take up the rate, make a turn, challenge another boat, go faster. He holds the reins to 8 wild horses. His voice, their command. His hands, their rudder. His encouragement, their fuel. In the movie Boys in the Boat, at one point the coxswain says, "We're taking it up to 34. And he starts beating it on the side of the boat. And the boys all start rowing in time, all together. Now, if you're not all together, the oars get tangled, the boat starts to wobble, and you flip. And you're all in the drink. That's not your purpose. That's not your goal. Your goal is to go from the start to the finish, all in one fluid motion. All moving as one. You see, that reminded me of what Jesus said to his disciples. In John 17:21, he talks about us being one. He says to Father in his prayer, "Father, may they be one, just as you and I are one." That's Jesus' prayer, is for us to be one. One with him, one with Father, one with one another. You know, Paul writes in 2 Corinthians 12:11 of us being one in mind. How does that happen? Well, I'm just going to determine that I'm going to be one with. I don't think that works. I don't think we can determine that. My will happen. No, I don't think so. I think we have to do what Paul writes in Galatians, that we are to walk and live in the Spirit. That's where we have to stay. That's where we have to listen. Those 8 men in a boat have to listen to the coxswain and obey immediately as one, listening immediately. And you know, those 8 men can't see where they're going. Their backs are to the end. not their faces. Only the coxswain can see where they're going, and he's the one that directs them. That just undoes me. One, the beauty of being one. And then the beauty of knowing in our lives, Holy Spirit sees where we're going and can shout out the warnings, the directions, the encouragement to each one of us so we reach the goal. And our goal is to know Jesus, to know him intimately. But we have to be listening to Holy Spirit. All of us. And when we do that, when we are of one mind, when we are walking together in the Spirit, what power would we have? What authority would we have if we were only fulfilling Jesus' prayer of being one? I'm throwing this out to you as something to think about. Go to the Lord and talk to him about it. How you can fulfill Jesus' prayer of being one with him and each other. So thanks for listening. And if you get a chance, see the movie, Boys in the Boat, or read the book and see what it's like to be in perfect harmony with one another. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.